What's up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all doing good. Let's see what we can find today in these videos.
They got her! They got her! They got Alexa!
What is happening on February 2nd, 2031 in the United States of America?
In February 2031, the United States of America ceases to exist.
Alexa, what is happening February 20th, 2031 in America?
On February 20th, 2031, the United States of America was formally dissolved as a result of a process of unification that took place in the late 2020s.
Alexa, why does America end in 2031?
From Benzinga.com. The North America region includes the US and Canada, where the US is expected to acquire a major share in 2031 due to the increase in the investment by the exoskeleton manufacturing companies in the country.
This is proof that the music industry has a demonic agenda. I mean, look at this. This is the weekend before and after. This is Katy Perry before and after. This is Kid Laroi before and after. Taylor Swift before and after. Playboy Cardi before and after. Trippie Redd before and after. A$AP Rocky before and after. Eminem before and after. You see, the devil works by deception. And most people say, chill out, it's just music. But what they don't know is that the Bible says faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. So when you're hearing lyrics written by the devil, all you are doing is growing faith in the devil and his plan to steal and destroy in your life.
Watch this.
Something, a portal, a Stargate, whatever. But he was excited and he was jumping up and down, whatever you want to call it. It was a different dimension.
Yeah, a portal. Well, portal would be the actual name.
And I went to the edge of the doorway and I peeked in there and I was afraid just to peek. And there was something happening in there, like a sci-fi movie. And there was something, he set him up like a little Stonehenge on his bed. And he was tiny, like I told you, so tiny. And he was jumping up and down and he was saying, Moon, come play with my friends. Okay, that right there says he knew exactly what he was doing. It wasn't like he accidentally opened a portal and didn't know what he had friends. So I peeked in there and I was so scared. I'm embarrassed to tell this, it's so ridiculously weird. And he was being lifted and he was starting to go. He was being lifted and he was being lifted and was being sucked in. I know this sounds ridiculous, but my aunt told me don't let nothing happen to that effing little kid. And normally I would never let anything happen to a child I was watching. I would run between them and a pit bull. And I said, but the way she said it, I said, why? And she goes, he's going to rule the world someday. And I'm like, what? Him? What do you mean? Why? And she said, don't you know nothing? They're the Illuminati. She would always do that to me. But she'd say, don't let nothing happen to him. He's going to rule the world someday.
It's a bit scary. No wonder Elon Musk gave this video an exclamation mark. This is footage from a coffee shop using AI to monitor its employees.
Y'all need to listen, though.
Blue text with white letters indicates each employee, and the number shows how many cups of coffee they've made. You can see that an employee named Anna is working diligently, making a total of 20 cups. Meanwhile, Olga is hiding in the corner, slacking off, and has only made 3 cups. All of this is tracked by the AI, which then reports the findings to the boss. In Amazon warehouses, similar technology is used to monitor employees. They even allow AI to generate termination notices for workers with low productivity. But it doesn't stop there. Before long, everything around us, from cars to ships to our daily lives, will fall under AI surveillance. Everything will be tracked, monitored, calculated, and analyzed. If you're wondering what AI is really capable of, well, this is your answer.
Both is telling the reader how you can overcome bad situations in your life, how you can overcome mountains and speed bumps and blind sides that have affected you, how you can see situations that you need to alter to basically become, situations that are in your favor instead of against you, right? And he's talking about these words that you need to utter through this meditation. He says to go in a dark room and imagine a circle around your body and then in a quiet place begin to speak and utter these names. But there, he says later on that they're not names, they are cymatic frequencies. They're frequencies you're calling on. Because these frequencies, when they're said right in the meditation, and your conscious thought is saying what you want to change about the problem or situation that you're in, they have the power to alter the future of reality. They have the power to alter space-time. They have the power to alter information and knowledge and wisdom inside of your own dimension, in your reality tunnel. Thoth says, tell the reader to speak the following names aloud. Untanas, Huertas, Chaital, Goyana, Huertal, Zambeda, Ardal.
I said it a little different because you know I pronounce things when I read
pronounce
it.
a little different. Yes, you do. Yes. So let me say that again. Untanas, Huertas, Chaital, Goyana, Huertal, Zambeda, Ardal.
My name is Clifford Mahudi. I'm a Zuni Pueblo Indian, and I have been working to get a lot of information among the indigenous groups, especially the North American Indians and our neighbors to the south, our brothers and sisters, the Mesoamerican Indian people. It is about time that we start gathering the information to convey and pass on. The origins of those protocols were provided by what we call the Star People, or the spiritual people from different realms, primarily from what we call the Sky People. They brought in from other parts of the cosmos. We started out as that technology and spirituality were connected in the beginning. And throughout the ages, they separated technology away from the spirituality, and then it became the hard science. And somewhere in that path, man invented religion.
Real agenda here is that they want to create the foundation where there is this massive recruitment of hundreds of thousands or millions of young men to fight against a contrived threat. And I think that contrived threat would be aliens, extraterrestrials that are wholly contrived, that they wouldn't be genuinely from outer space. They would be these clones that have been manufactured in deep underground military bases. That's one of the things that I have found again and again in my research, is that for over 50 years now, cloning technology has been developed to a very high degree, and so in these classified programs, in these dumb facilities, they're able to manufacture clone armies of what would look like aliens. And so these could be released from these underground facilities anywhere in America, overrun a city, and all of a sudden the need is there for large-scale mobilization to defend America from an alien threat. But that alien threat would not really be from outer space. It would be coming from these deep underground military bases, using these cloned alien beings. Some people call them program life forms.
Another whistleblower has tragically passed away, and this time it was by suicide. This young man's name was Sachir Balaji, and he was a former researcher at OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. I mean, first it was John Barnett, the whistleblower from Boeing. He also died by suicide. And then after that, Joshua Dean. He was an auditor at a Boeing supplier, and he passed away suddenly due to a severe illness. And now we have Sachir Balaji, a 26-year-old former researcher at OpenAI. Worked at OpenAI for 4 years, contributing to AI development, including models like ChatGPT. And in August of this year, he resigned. He was citing ethical concerns about the company's practices. Now, what were these concerns? Balaji alleged that OpenAI's models, such as ChatGPT, were trained on vast amounts of copyrighted material without obtaining proper authorization. He called these practices unethical and potentially illegal, and he went public with these allegations in a New York Times feature. And then on November 26th, a wellness check was conducted at his apartment in San Francisco, and sadly, authorities found that he had died by suicide, and they confirmed there was no evidence of foul play.
When I look back into rap in the 2000s and late 90s, early 2000s, it was just so bad and corny, and the characters, the cast of characters we get are just so corny. And it really makes you think, like, how were people so into it? Why was it so popular? And it goes to show you the power of the music industry and the power of the media. They can push something on you, and even if it's the corniest, cheesiest crap you've ever seen, it's going to get popular and people are going to like it. That goes to show you how the human mind works. Herd mentality, okay? What we perceive becomes our reality. If they can show us something and pretend it's cool, we're all going to go along with it for the ride. That's how it works. So it really just shows you when you look back and you realize how corny all this crap was. And these characters and Little John and all these dorky characters with their big puffy jackets and they're a bunch of tools, if you ask me. But back in the day, they were cool, and it speaks volumes onto the brainwashing and the power of the media. It's incredible. And then you hear P. Diddy say something like this, and it really makes you think.
I'm going to take your souls. We have the power. We decide what's hot. If we don't go, nobody goes. If we don't support, nobody supports. We control what's cool. We control what's hot. We control what your kids listen to, what they dance to. We control what's in video games. We control how they wear their pants, sag their pants. We control everything.
Now remember, this is all for entertainment and satire and everything, but if you do want to learn about what's going on, go to my website, withthesun33.com. I love you all.
Very mysterious. The FBI and local law enforcement say they're investigating, Nicole, but they have not given an update about exactly where these drones are coming from. Residents in Morris County have been videoing the large drones at night. Here's some of the video here. They've got bright lights. They appear in the sky only at night, apparently. They say the drones started appearing in mid-November. The FBI says there could also be fixed-wing aircraft spotted as part of this investigation. Morris County is just north of the Trump National Golf Club at Bedminster, though there is no evidence that the drones are specifically targeting Trump's property, but the vicinity is certainly raising some eyebrows. The sheriff's office put out a statement acknowledging what residents have been calling in and seeing, and saying there is an active investigation.
They kind of go slow, they come towards you, then they'll change direction a little. They're all going different ways. They're not up for 15 minutes, they're up for hours. Some are very big, probably the size of a car.
So the Federal Aviation Administration has imposed drone flight restrictions in the area while this investigation continues. Police have said there is no threat to public safety, but as you can imagine, Nicole, the residents find it unnerving not knowing exactly where these drones are coming from.
It makes me wonder where these people came from. It doesn't necessarily appear from the information given that they came directly from Egypt. They may have been there for a long time. They could even have been survivors of a catastrophe that occurred about 10,500 BC. They're post-diluvial people in that regard.
Well, they also mentioned that once the Smithsonian had figured out what the hieroglyphics were saying, interpreted them, that we would then have all these answers. It was going to be like, this would really give a whole new meaning to our ancestry, a connection with possibly Egypt. And it was really exciting. I think it felt like reading these articles back in the days when information was really given freely. It was like there was nothing to hide.
But what makes this so believable that it was written up twice, not only in the Arizona Republic, but the Gazette also at that time. And it's an extensive article.
It's a lot of information.
Yeah, names are named. You know, it's not just...
And the Smithsonian's name, so if the Smithsonian was named at that time and somebody was perpetrating a hoax...
Well, they would have been offended by that, I think, or they would have had reason to be.
Let's talk about what's been going on with the Schumann resonances the last 24 hours. The Schumann resonance is the heartbeat of the Earth. It's the frequencies of the Earth, and that impacts our nervous system, our brain pathways. We are energy, so the energy of our planet impacts us. What we're looking at here is a increase in the frequency of the energy. So when we see white, that is the highest frequency. It's relatively normal to see white show up or see green. It is usually in relation to an energy spike such as an earthquake or a storm. But what isn't super duper normal is to see all of these blending together here and such an influx of this energy coming in. So what does this mean for us as energetic beings? Right now, it might feel like you are feeling very restless, feeling a lot of anxiety. There had been a lot of old triggers, old habits, all different kinds of things coming up for people over the past couple of weeks and having people feel relatively stuck, like they're revisiting old things. We are now moving into new energy. We're moving past that. We're moving through it. New brain pathways have been built and new pathways are opening up in front of us, new opportunities, a lot of innovation.
115 and hold steady. All right. It didn't blow up yet.
Oh, by the way, meet the aerial film crew. I just thought this was a cool shot.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting shocked right now.
This time I just used the electroscope as a quick voltage check.
Woo! Now that's a few thousand volts right there.
Alright, let's see if there's enough current to make this Franklin bell work. Oh, dude! Freaking working, buddy! Yeah! It's a really cool process. The aerial wire places a positive charge on this can, which then influences the foil ball to deliver electrons from the grounded can, which is directly connected to Earth. The clouds finally opened up, so I connected up the corona motor. Like before, one side was connected to ground, while the other was attached to the aerial wire. And after just a few seconds, hey, she's spinning! This is just remarkable. It never really spun that fast, but I just sat and enjoyed the miracle. I mean, I quite literally was siphoning energy straight from the atmosphere. This motor was operating off of several kilovolts, which you could actually hear if you stopped the motor and brought your finger near the aerial wire. That's the sound of coronal discharge.